First I'm going to show you this on the dry erase board and then I'll demonstrate on the computer. This is a simple old school password script. Now at the end of the video I'm going to show a new and innovative way that I came up with. It's a completely new revolutionary way. It's like a new kind of password, and it's not mainstream. I don't think it's been invented yet, and I was kind of reluctant to put it out there because I was afraid somebody else would get it and take credit for it. But then I realized that there'll be a time and date stamp in the YouTube video that shows and proves that I released it. Because as human beings, we're a proud species and we want credit when we come up with cool stuff. But anyway, this is a short and simple password script that I came up with. It allows you to put a password on your software so that somebody can't use it without the password. And we'll start over here. Well, I'll just start with the main function actually. Well, no, we'll start at the top. First things first. I'm sorry about the shakiness of the camera. You got your shebang line. Import sys attempt equals 0, then define a function called number of attempts. If attempts equals 3, which is the limit, then it's going to print no more attempts allowed and exit the program. Otherwise it's going to go back to the main function. Then we have the correct function, and that's executed when they get the password correct. Then we have the main function. So we define the function, define main, set variable attempts to global, set our password variable, which for demonstration purposes is ABCD. Then we're going to print the number of attempts, going to get user input. User input equals raw input, PW for password. Then if user input, which is the variable we just set, we got the information from the user, exclamation mark means not equal to, so exclamation equals means not equal to. If the user's input, which is the password we're asking for, is not equal to the password, then we're going to run the function attempts, and the function attempts is going to number of attempts, see if it's been 3 attempts. If it hasn't, it's going to go back to the main function, and when we get back to the main function, it's going to ask for the password. If it's not right, it's going to add 1 to attempts. So now attempts is going to equal 2. And then when it gets to 3, when it gets to 3 and it runs the number of attempts again, it sees that it's 3 and it exits. Otherwise, if the password is correct, it goes down here to elif, and then it runs the function correct. And that's the function that you run after the password's correct, and then your program carries on as normal. So let's get on the computer and demonstrate this. One last quick glance at the script in the Linux editor here. Shebang line, import sys attempts equals 0, define a function called number of attempts. If attempts is 3, it tells us a message and it kicks us out. Otherwise it goes back to main. Main, we set a global variable called attempts. We set the password variable. We print the number of attempts. We ask the user for the password. If the password is not equal to the correct password, we run number of attempts. If it's not 3, it lets us try again. If it's 3, it closes. If the password is correct, it runs the function correct, which is where okay, yeah, we went over that. So let's see this thing in action. Here we have our Linux terminal. Sorry about the shaky camera and everything. Hopefully that'll focus. I'm really sorry about the camera not wanting to focus. I know, it's really annoying. Python. Python password.py. It shows us 0 for the number of attempts. Now I'm going to put the wrong password in. 1, 2, 3. You've reached the threshold of attempts for logging in. Now, let's do it again. We'll put the wrong password in the first 2 times. and then the last time we'll put it right. A, B, C, D. Correct. Exiting sample script. And there you have it. That's how you can put a password protection kind of addition to any of your Python scripts that you want to write. Now, it may not be there right away, but I'm going to put another video up here where I came up with a revolutionary new way of doing passwords, and I consider it virtually brute force proof. Now, that's not to say that somebody else couldn't get around it. You would need the actual file, or you would need a lot more data to be able to get around this. But I think one day it's going to become the future of passwords, and it's a lot more secure, and it's just really cool. And nobody else out there has done this yet. It's not being used in the mainstream. But anyway, I hope you found this video and this tutorial helpful. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Comment below. If you want to see any kind of tutorials on anything, let me know. I got lots more material to put out there, so I really appreciate everybody for watching, and please subscribe if you like this stuff.